Sarina's words were, you have 10 days to change your life. Do you want to do it or not?
The journey of it all was just surreal.
It's in! I think it's hard to describe how proud I am.
What are we witnessing here? You start to understand the magnitude of actually what we've just done.
It's all over! Come on!
Ultimately, you feel super honoured to be a part of a group that, you know, made history.
Everything was just perfect. The story was a fairy tale.
We made plans, of course, from September. We knew we had 5 FIFA windows, including Arnold Clark Cup, then the preparation for the Euros, and then you hope that you've done everything that you could to prepare the team as good as possible.
You all right?
All right.
Yeah, good, how are you?
Good, thank you.
You all right?
Good, how are you?
Yeah, good.
Hey there, you all right?
Yeah, how are you?
Good, thank you.
Looking back on the past year, it's been a bit of a crazy journey. Obviously, I'm still so young and I kind of just wanted to enjoy every moment of it and just soak it all in and learn from all the players that had been there before.
The players just, you know, they really have lots of willingness to win and willingness to improve.
I think we were so aware of the pressure of being the home nation. A couple of people had listed us as favourites. You know, I think Sarina was asked very early on when she came in whether or not she was going to bring it home and those kind of questions. So it was very much on everyone's, you know, tips of their tongues. They were talking about it everywhere.
For us, we were just so strong in our mentality that we can only do the best that we can do, and we knew as a team we were going to be the best prepared. We knew that we were going to play with confidence and bravery. We knew that we could control our work rate and, you know, be hard to beat off the ball. And I think going into the tournament, we knew that that pressure was going to get, you know, more and more.
We kept it as least pressurised situation as we could from in-house and controlled the uncontrollables. We kept out all of the noise.
We were so strong as a team that the bubble was never broken. Nothing got in and nothing got out.
Normal.
I think that says something about the team, it says something about preparation, about the level of the team, but also how the staff collaborated and facilitated the team really well.
I think there'd been so much talk about Old Trafford and there'd been so many things. It was the hardest to stay away from opinions at that point, you know, stay away from the media, stay away from what people were saying about us, about what we would achieve, because it was just hyped up so much. And then all of a sudden it comes down to that one moment and I just turned to Mary and I sort of said, don't waste a second of this because I think we're going to want to remember it forever.
The biggest ever women's Euro finals get underway with the largest ever crowd for the competition, nearly 69,000.
All you could see was just smoke from the pre-match show. I couldn't actually see the pitch. I couldn't see anything further out. And that to me was like, this is cool. Like this has never happened kind of before.
When I seen the fans and like obviously the packed out stadium, I literally just, I think I was just looking about and I was like, this is mad. Like, this is mad and we've done this. All you could do was absorb all that noise and all that excitement, but I think for us, well for me personally, it was just, you know, embracing that moment, but then quickly eyes forward, get focused and yeah, just understand that this is it, the Euros is beginning and yeah, our dream has started.
Good play from White. And a real scramble, but they can't put it away.
Austria was a really tough game. I think not only was it the first game of the tournament, but they were a top side.
I think it was underwhelming for a lot of people just because of the way that we had been playing and what they maybe expected from the game, but we said before that it would be a tough game. It was exactly that.
For us, that was really an important game, an important win, keep a clean sheet, dominated the game even though it was extremely tough.
Kirby to Bennett. Is this the moment? Off the line. It's a goal. It's been given. England get this tournament underway.
We didn't score that many goals, but it's 3 points on the board, and yeah, we're in a great place going into the next game.
3 points to open their home tournament thanks to Beth Mead.
Before we go back in. Okay, in 5, 3, 2, 1, go. Jockey back.
You grow into a tournament, I think that's what we did. But yeah, to get that in those circumstances, to get that win in those circumstances, Sarina was proud of that and gave us credit for that.
In the tournament, we knew that if you win with 8-0 or you win with 1-0, you only get 3 points. And the next game is a new game. And I think the team did really great by just staying grounded.
Tonight, it's a big test against another contender.
I think you're going to see a lot of great performances tonight, and I do genuinely feel like England are going to shine.
The Norway game was definitely one that will go down in the books. I think the performance right away was just unbelievable from back to front. And when you score chances like that against top teams, you feel like things are really clicking, and for us that's what it was. We were clinical.
It's Mead, and it's in! Just listen to that! England's rampant! White is in here! White to make it 3! And she does! How about that? The Lionesses are running away with it! Beth Mead still going, it's Mead! Oh, that is sensational!
As a group, we just stayed strong in the game plan that we set out, and even when it's 4-0, we didn't change from that. We just kept going, and to remain professional in those moments is, yeah, I think it says a lot about your team.
No one expected us to come in 6-0 up at half-time against Norway, as in not even ourselves. So naturally that's a massive confidence booster, and something that's great for us as a team because, you know, a lot of different people on the score sheet and some really good goals, some really good football.
Alicia Russo! Record-breaking, history-making, barn-storming performance from England.
When you get a result like that in a big tournament, there's people going to be starting talking and throwing different comments out, but I think for us it was really important to just stay focused. We kind of as a group knew that we played really well, but we've still got 4 more games until we would lift the trophy, and obviously that was our end goal. So I think we had a really good balance in the squad of just appreciating what we'd done and the result and the performance that we'd put in, but also our full focus was on Northern Ireland in the next game and then progressing out of that into the later stages of the tournament.
Some big news coming out of the England camp this afternoon, that is that the Lionesses manager, Sarina Wiegman, has tested positive for COVID.
Assistant coach Arjan Veurink will lead the team for tonight's fixture against Northern Ireland, but Wiegman will remain in remote contact with the players.
You want to talk about circumstances, it's a derby, you know, in a home tournament with, you know, a team that really want to rile you up and all those things, and we just dealt with it professionally without a manager on the sidelines. Credit to the staff, they had everything planned for every eventuality, and there was no way that was going to be a problem for us.
It's towards Russo. Oh, Alicia Russo! Oh, lovely turn, Russo! Oh, that is absolutely brilliant!
They just get the best out of everyone and really give us that confidence to go and play, and that, you know, the new style of football that we're playing is, you know, something that we all want to do and we all want to get better at. So yeah, ultimately I think we're seeing a lot more smiles on the pitches, and yeah, we're seeing some amazing performances.
England march into the quarter-finals in frightening form.
I believe that when you work hard, it's really intense and you have to be focused, and that costs energy. The demands are really high. Then you need to have some time to switch off and do other things and get your head spaced again. So that's important.
People understood that actually when we weren't on the training pitch, and you know, there was, I think where we stayed and the setup that we have, it was made so that people could switch off. And when we had our own downtime, it was about actually, you know, this is your time. So if you want to play volleyball, if you want to go for a coffee, if you want to play basketball, that you were able to do so. But then as well, obviously, everyone understood that we are in a tournament, we are here to get a job done, and that was, everyone was fine with.
Getting to the knockout stages, I don't even think we ever called it that, to be honest, as a team. I think, you know, it was another game, it was another opponent. Yes, it was an extremely tough opponent, but I think the belief and the confidence that we'd created in ourselves from pre-camp and then the group stages, we wanted to keep that momentum going.
I think we sort of knew that we had a really tough draw out of the group stage, win or lose. In terms of come first or second, we knew either way we were going to have a really tough draw. So I think we never got carried away. That was never a thing.
See the yellow. See you later, Ray. Dowie's out. Network was fantastic.
We never, no matter what people were saying or what was outside, we kept it out first and foremost, so we never heard most of it. But if anything crept in, yeah, we really weren't focused on it, just because we knew that we had one of the toughest run-ins to the final. And when you're coming up against Spain in a quarter-final, I don't think there's any chance of you getting carried away the quality that they have in that team.
Welcome to a boisterous, bouncing Brighton, buoyed by just how good the Lionesses have looked in this tournament so far. But this is where England really have to prove their mettle. No second chances, this is knockout football.
I've been lucky enough to play Spain a few times at youth age groups. I think a couple of the other girls have as well, and they are, you know, their way of playing football, the passing, the movement, the quality that they have on the ball is, yeah, they're the highest performing team at it in world football. So when you play Spain, you know you're not going to have the ball as much. You know, you have to accept that, and you know that they sort of do what they want with it, and you have to try and combat that in terms of taking control any way you can defensively. So yeah, it was always going to be a tough game going into it.
Spain were unbelievable. Maybe they didn't find their form early on in the tournament, but when they played against us, they were unbelievable.
Tiki-taka passing. Del Castillo, lovely touch, pulls it back. Spain lead. Esther Gonzalez.
You know, I had 1 second thought of like, surely this isn't it, like this isn't how we go out. And then I was like, no, like we're not going home.
We didn't panic when we conceded, and there was just like a bit of an inner belief that we just knew that we could win. We just needed that one chance, and we knew we had the quality in the squad, and everyone was kind of just like, right, we got this.
The willingness to win, we really wanted to win the game, and the conviction. We kept doing our job and we stayed together, and then we made a change, and the whole team knew what we had to do, and they all stayed aligned on the pitch, and we scored that goal, and then you could feel the change in that game.
On to Hemp. It's towards Russo.
Obviously, the first goal was Tooney, so I was over the moon for her. She'd worked so hard, and for her to get that goal and what a crucial one it was just really special.
Felt very slow motion when the ball was going over into the box from less to Tooney in. I didn't celebrate, I just stood on the spot, got my arms out, looked straight at the bench to figure out what we were going to do. Me and Lucy had a moment, like a celebration, but both of us were just like, right, business.
If it stays as it is, we will be going to penalties. England will want to make sure they get the job done in the next 30 minutes.
I think the self-belief and the confidence has to happen organically. I don't think you can force those situations where you can prove to yourself that you have a right to be confident. I think it's just about how you grow as a team, what you achieve game by game, week by week.
You could really feel that togetherness. And what I said about power, the internal power as a team was so strong and everyone could feel it.
And you could tell everyone at this point is getting really tired, you know, when you're running in and your legs are starting to, you're just not as quick as you were at the start of the game, so to speak. And yeah, as soon as Kira set the pass off and George was running, I just, yeah, make it count.
Space opening up for Georgia Stanway.
I was stood a little bit in front of her, but I knew as soon as it came off her foot, I think I started celebrating before it had even hit the back of the net because she just hit it so sweet.
I think as soon as it left her foot, everyone knew it was in the back of the net.
Goes for goal! Oh my word! What a screamer! They backed up her, they let her have the space, and that is the result! England lead!
It was funny actually. I said to her, I can't remember what game it was, but I did say to her, I can't wait to see you start shooting again. I was saying, we were having a little joke around that, you know, she was passing around the edge of the box and, you know, I'm used to seeing Georgia shoot and rocket it in the top corner. So I said to her, I can't remember when, but I think it was the start of the tournament, like, you get a chance, you pull the trigger and, yeah, you shoot.
England through to the semi-finals of Euro 2022. They dragged themselves back from the brink. They suffered, they dug in, they found a way.
You want to connect with your fans too, because it's very special that we can play these games, that we have a Euros in England, in our home soil. So you better connect with them and enjoy those moments.
You don't know when your journey's going to end. It's football. That's the beauty of football. Nobody knows. But we're giving everything we have to give. We're so focused. And then after that game, to have done something that we've just done, to not celebrate it with the fans would be criminal. And I think the songs, football culture in this country, it just, there's nothing compares to that.
Sweet Caroline would be playing. It was just like a little celebration that we could kind of do with them that made them feel a little bit more, I guess, involved with the team and connected to the team, and we feel so connected to the fans.
To share it with your friends as well, your family, to see them in the crowd, it's just the best feeling. So
The English are never done.
Yeah, I think it was a special night, one that we'll remember. The defender didn't come to me, so it kind of made a decision for me. Yeah, I just shot and was happy to see it go in. Recovery starts this morning, just making sure that everybody's up to speed or everybody's like rested and recovered, and focus on the semis.
I think before the semi-final we'd locked ourselves down into a bubble because of COVID. We just decided that, I think Sarina's words were, you have 10 days to change your life. Do you want to do it or not?
Well, here we are, one step from Wembley, one step from the Lionesses' first major final since Euro 2009. Standing in their way are Sweden.
We've talked about every part of the game, what could happen. Things can go well, things can be really hard. We're just trying to stick with the plan and do our very best and stay together. Yeah, and that hopefully brings us success.
We were very prepared and ready for them. Completely different opposition to what we'd faced so far in the tournament. Obviously different style of football, so I think we were all excited to go and test ourselves against one of the best teams in the world again.
Bronze keeps it going. She's
game means so much to you, and a game can easily be turned on its head. You know, you might feel comfortable in a game, and then before you know it, you could concede 3 goals. So
Mary saving the Sweden game was, yeah, one of the most important of the tournament.
All the way across. Oh, what a save that!
We love to score goals and we love to create and have fun up there, but it means nothing if you can't keep us in it at the back, and Mary was just phenomenal, and that save was so crucial to go on and get the win, and obviously the back line as well.
You don't win a tournament with 11 players. You need the whole team, and everyone knew when we have to make a sub in the game that everyone had trust that this would make a change. Every single player accepted her role.
I think Tooney and Les, like, coming on in the games have been outstanding. I think every player has impacted on the game when they've come on, and yeah, the whole squad has been unbelievable.
Alicia is first and foremost the best human. She's such a lovely girl. The way that she plays is fearless, which gives the team so much energy.
When Les did that nutmeg and that back heel, it was, yeah, incredible.
That goal was literally just, I'm in a dream. If I scored a goal like that, I think I'd retire.
It was very instinctive. I didn't have time to think much about it. I just knew that I wanted to get another shot off while the ball was still so close to the goal. So I think there was a player in front of me, so I couldn't have turned because I would have got myself into trouble there. So yeah, I had to decide how I could get the ball in the net as quick as possible, and the back of my heel was just the quickest route to goal. So yeah, luckily it came off.
What a player, and yeah, what a moment.
It deserved to go far and wide. I think that will be called the Russo forever now.
Here's Kirby. Kirby goes for the chip. Liverpool can't keep it out. England waltzing to Wembley in style. More history for the Lionesses. Second half blitz has blown Sweden away. England will get their shot at glory. Wembley awaits.
Celebrating with the fans, connecting in a different way to football, those moments are what makes you, and yeah, they're probably the most memorable of the whole tournament, to be honest. It's weird, it's elation, and then one more to go. That's it, one more game. What, 6 days to change our lives?
Everyone always asks me about my celebrations, and I don't actually have one. I just see what the moment gives me, and I actually knew my family were over that side because I saw them during the warm-up, so I knew I wanted to run over that side, and the arms was just emotion, nothing planned. And then obviously Tooney took the mickey out of me the next day.
Yours is here. Walk with me anymore now, she's got back heel legs this. She don't even walk with me anymore.
When I was a kid, I always wanted to play at Wembley. I wanted to play for England, to have been lucky enough to live in a generation where we hosted a tournament. Yeah, the stars aligned. For me, I feel like they and everybody else. So.
England and perfect.
I think going into the final, emotionally, I was as ready as I could be. That's how I'd describe it. I had no idea what to expect. I'd never been there before. I had no idea if I'd be good enough. I had no idea if I'd be calm enough. But I knew that I'd done everything possible to prepare in the best way, and that's all I could bank on. So I trusted myself.
You know, on and off the pitch, tactically, pushing ourselves every single day in training, knowing our opposition, knowing what our game plan is and being able to execute that. You know, we were extremely prepared.
We had to be ready to compete against the world best.
A tournament that has smashed attendance records for European Championships will break another today. The biggest crowd in a Euros final, male or female.
I think I was always told to dream big, but I think the dream of that day would have been a little bit even, too far of a stretch for my mind.
The Wembley game was just, it's hard to put into words really, because it was just such a special day and so emotional.
Just knowing that that we as a team, we filled the stadium for the Euros, and you've got your family and friends there, it's a special occasion.
To be out there with some people that I grew up playing football with at the youth age groups was amazing.
Germany was another game, very tough, very physical. Lots of moments, everyone 1v1, lots of transitions too.
When Kira passed the ball to Tooney for the first goal, I thought this is too good to be true. Like, there's no way that ball has just been played through. She's onside and she's gonna score this. It felt like it took 20 minutes for the ball to reach the net after it left Tooney's foot.
Oh, and the Tooney's through here, and a tune for England!
The run behind, the finishing was just incredible. But after that we had a hard time and we had to get through that stage of the game because they scored, well, they first hit the post and then they scored the 1-1 and then we had a pretty hard time.
Along the face of goal and in! Equaliser for Germany!
We went a bit lacklustre, and then I feel like that final 15 minutes we really picked it back up again.
Extra time, here we come.
Over the extra time still, it could go both ways.
Kelly buys the corner and tunes up the crowd.
I went to run in for the corner, went over my head, so I started just to back up a little bit, and as I was backing up, I literally just seen a leg swing and put the ball in the back of the net.
It's in! Chloe Kelly!
I had no idea who it was. I literally turned around, sprinted 100 miles an hour to Alex on the halfway line. We just basically hugged and screamed, "We did it. I can't believe we did it."
Well, there was still 10 minutes to go, and that was, of course, we were really, really happy. But I couldn't be happy at that time. I thought, now we have to stick together. We have to get our heads down again, stay calm, and finish this.
Salmon. It's dangerous. Side netting.
Recovery run from Lauren Hemp.
England so close. 5 minutes away. It's all over! England! European champions!
After the final whistle, I was just, well, actually I was more like, okay, we did it. It's unbelievable, we did it.
History makers, record breakers, game changers. 2022, the year of the Lioness.
I think when I'm on my own with my thoughts about the summer, I just think of the team. Like, I don't really, it's almost like I'm outside watching in. I can't quite believe that I was there and part of it. in my head I just think, surely we didn't do that, or how did we manage to do that kind of thing? Because everything was just perfect. The story was a fairy tale.
This team will go down in football folklore, their names written in history. It's Leah Williamson to bring it home. England, European champions! Come on!
We're starting to understand the magnitude of actually what we've just done.
It's really hard to put into words what we achieved. It's also been one of our biggest dreams that we've wanted to achieve as well as a squad and a nation, which is lifting the trophy. So. It will take a long time, and I think it's something that can't be pressured, but ultimately you feel amazing, just super proud and super honoured to be a part of a group that, you know, made history.
What we did for football and the home country hosting it as well was just made it that a little bit more special.
I think it's hard to describe how proud I am, but I think the team has done so well in the tournament, but before that too, actually last year when I came in September. I think we've grown so much towards each other.
Sarina, you're the one. You still turn me on. Football's coming home again.
And everything fell into each other as a puzzle. And then we became European champions. So yeah, I couldn't be more proud than I am.
Isn't it character and heart and motivation as well?
Please welcome to the stage your victorious England Lionesses, everyone! What makes them so special?
The willingness, the commitment, the resilience, the behavior towards each other, the support has been so incredible, and most of all, the willingness to want to win so badly.
And they won!
When you have a home tournament and it's such a big event, you know you can make a difference, you can inspire people.
I think if we hadn't won that tournament, the legacy was already written, and that's what I really wanted to get across. Like the legacy of the tournament was set. We'd changed people's perceptions. It felt like anyway, we'd seen this just massive sort of interest in our game that that had grown. It's always grown off the back of successive tournaments, but this one just felt like it was massive, and because it was here, it was so accessible and everybody was a part of it.
Obviously we've you know, got to where we've got to, but it's about keeping people there, keeping fans on the journey, and then obviously keep growing that fan base.
You've got a bunch of very driven people and players that are not going to stop until we get the game to where it deserves. So this was definitely a huge stepping stone, and for me now, the Euros is the foundation and we can only build on from this.
We're very conscious of the players and everyone that's come before us and paved the way for women's football, and we were just given the opportunity to do it on the biggest stages this summer, and yeah, we hope it continues, and we hope to see lots more girls getting out there and playing football and following their dreams.
There's another trophy to focus on, and that's the World Cup. We've proved to ourselves that we can win. We've removed that barrier from being a doubt, and I think now, yeah, take each day as it comes.
The world around us has changed, the approach to us has changed, and it gives some challenges, but it also gives some great opportunities. And yes, we're football players.
And we want to be at our absolute best next summer, and we want to be competing with the best in the world.